Okay guys, so here we go. We're gonna make grape jelly. I apologize for all the noise. I've got the furnace going, I've got the washer, the dryer going. Like I said, my dryer broke, so I'm way behind on my laundry, so I have to keep going here. So, excuse the noise. Alright, so basic grape jelly. This is the very first recipe I ever made in canning. Very first thing I ever canned. And it's super, super simple. So if you're a beginner, this is so easy. By the way, my pot is not dirty. This is my my brewed sweet tea pot. So I use it almost every day to brew tea, and over the years it has kind of stained the pot. So I just use something old. I don't, you know, whatever. I love this pot because it heats up so nice. So I think this is an Emerald Lagasse pot. Anyway, alright, so I'm going to turn this on, and what we're going to do is we are going to add our Welch's grape juice. Alright, so this is it. This is what we're using. 100% pure juice. You want to use the no sugar added. Alright, we are going to add 6 cups of juice. So come on over here. I'm just going to pour it in my measuring cup here. And it should be just about a bottle. I'm going to just have a little bit extra. There we go. So there's 6 cups of fruit juice. Now, and that's about as much as you're going to have left in your bottle. Not that much. And this is a 64-ounce bottle. Just for reference. You're also going to need 7 cups of sugar if you are using the traditional classic pectin. Zoomed in here. If you're using the classic pectin. If you are using the low or no sugar pectin, you're going to use 4.5 cups of sugar. But I don't have enough of this left, so I'm going to go ahead and use the classic with 7 cups of sugar. And with this, you're going to need, the directions say 2 boxes of pectin, but they don't sell them in boxes anymore. They sell them in bulk jars like this. So if you look on the back, it'll give you the measurements. 1 box equals 6 tablespoons of pectin out of here. So we're going to need a total of 12 tablespoons of pectin. I know it seems like a lot, and it kind of is, but it's still way cheaper than buying jelly already made. So, alright, I'm going to get out a stainless spoon. You don't ever want to use anything other than stainless. Okay, and we're just going to heat up this juice. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in my pectin. And when you add in your pectin, you just kind of lightly coat the surface here, okay? So it doesn't clump. 6. Now we need 12. Go ahead and stir this around. Get that blended. I'm going to add my other 6. Go ahead and mix this up. nice and blended. Now to this, I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter. And what the butter does is it cuts down on the foaming, so you don't have a lot of foam when your jelly is made. So here, and I'm just going to add a tablespoon there of butter. And now I'm just going to stir this and keep stirring it until it comes to a boil. And that's what we're waiting for. And when it comes to a boil, we will then go ahead and add our sugar. Alright, so I will be back once this comes to a boil, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so we are getting there. Grab my sugar, so I have it close. And you want to bring this to a boil, a rolling boil, which means a boil you cannot stir down. So as you're stirring it, it's still boiling. And we are just about there. You're going to notice it's thick, it's cloudy, it's not looking very much like grape jelly at the moment. But you'll be amazed when you make this on how quickly it changes once you add the sugar and cook it down. So. Just about there. I want to make sure that it's still boiling as I'm stirring it here, so I know I have it hot enough. If you don't have it hot enough, it's just not going to set right. So you do not want watery jelly. It's better to be patient. It right where it needs to be. Definitely something I've had to learn. Alright, so we've got a rapid boil here, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to stir in 7 cups of sugar. Okay. Just keep stirring, it's going to clump. Just going to stir through it. It will break up. That's why sometimes I like to use a whisk too. Keep stirring until all that sugar is dissolved. You have no more lumps. So as I continue to do this, I'm going to bring it back to a boil. And I want it to be a rolling boil again. I want it to be a boil that I cannot stir down. But I am going to babysit this now and keep stirring this until all of my lumps are gone, and until this comes up to a boil, it's important to keep stirring this. So, I'm not going to bore you with that part. I'm going to shut you off, and I will be back when this comes to a rolling boil, and I will show you the next step. Okay, so I hope you guys can see that. We're starting to get there. The boiling. And you can see it's turned clear, and it's very thick. Once we get this to a rapid boil, a boil that we cannot stir down, we are going to time it for 1 minute, stirring continuously, non-stop, and then we're going to remove it from the heat, and it will be ready to put in the jars. Just waiting for this boil now. It's so hard to see, sorry. It's grape jelly, and the lighting in my kitchen is horrible. I hope the next house we get, kitchen lighting is a bit better. See all the little bubbles in there? I can still stir it away. So it's just now getting to that point. And the little bit of waxiness that you see on the top, that's your butter. That's what's keeping away all the foam. So we don't have to skim this for foam. It helps tremendously. I think we are just about there. Okay, we're there. So we're going to go ahead and start my timer, and we're going to just stir this now continuously for 1 minute. This is setting up the pectin here, so it's really important that you keep it moving, keep it stirring. Whatever you do, do not splash it on yourself. It is like hot candy. Keep the movement going. Okay, so when you're done, every minute, go ahead and shut it off the heat. And now we're going to remove it from the heat. Bring it right on over to my counter. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so back over here. All set up here. Alright. I'll go ahead and bring my pot over here. Hopefully you guys can see all that. Okay. And now we are going to go ahead and bring out the jars. Get my funnel. Now, the first two jars I'm going to use are these right here. I'm going to make kind of bigger jars here of some grape jelly. And this is basically, honestly, making your own Welch's grape jelly. And you're going to fill these up to a 1/4 inch headspace. Okay. I'll bring out another jar. Yeah, just a little bit more. ahead and wipe the rim with vinegar. Got a spot there, got a spot over here that dripped. So you want to make sure that you wipe the entire rim here. Make sure it's really clean. And I like to make sure my edge is clean too, just so that my metal rims aren't clunked with food. Okay. Over the top. Very hot jars. And then there you have it. Well, there is my grape jelly. These jars I picked up off of Craigslist, and they're very pretty. They're more of a square jar. They're pints instead of a half pint. So they'll give us twice as much jelly. But with the way my kids eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, it will not last too long in the fridge. Those half pints seem to go really fast for us. I still like to keep them though on hand because I like to give them to my friends and family, my neighbors. So, alright, let me grab another jar. And now we're going to go to half pints here. Go ahead. Finger tight. There's another one going in. What I love about this particular funnel is that no food, it protects the rim, so really your rims really stay pretty clean. This mat will definitely have to get thrown in the wash because I have made a mess out of it today. If you, like I just did, I think that's just a little too much by about a teaspoon. But if you find that, just get a little spoon and go ahead and spoon it out of there. Not a big deal. smells so good. And honestly, there's nothing better than just making your own food. It really isn't. Now this one I kind of made a mess on. I'm just going to wipe the side there. Here's another one. And we're getting near the end here. So you definitely get one jar. Don't know about getting two though. We will see. The kids are all starting to come home from school. Well, after I process this, I have to get started on dinner. I think I am making breaded pork chops for dinner tonight with some stuffing and some corn and some mashed potatoes and gravy. No bread. Didn't have time to make any bread today, but I might get a second jar out of this. There, the last jar I should say. A little messy. Clean this up first. And dip it. Just way too much in there. But you can already see the jelly is starting to jelly up. You see that? So that's going to set beautifully. And I think I need one more lid. Luckily I know these don't have to really soak at all. I still like to dip them in hot simmered water. Okay, so there we have it. I'm just going to take you off of here and show you inside. So I've got the 2 larger pints and I've got 5 half pints here. So I am going to lower them into the water now. Go ahead and do that. And as you see, it's already boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and set this. I'm going to set mine at least for 10 minutes because I have the bigger jars. The smaller jars will be fine processing for that long. I just want to make sure that the big ones process well enough. So 10 minutes for, it'll be 5 minutes for you. And I will be back when I pull these out of the canner. Alright guys, be back. Okay guys, I double checked with that. Pick your own website. I'll leave the link down below. I love it. It has a lot of good references for canning. And it stated on there that even if I was doing a pint when making the grape jelly, using the juice, it still only has to process 5 minutes. So I did not have to process it 10 minutes, only 5 along with my half pint, so I'm very happy about that. Less of a wait. Let me pull my jars up out of the canner and get them out here. Alright, start with the big guys. I just love these jars. I don't know if they're worth any money or if they're valuable and collectible, but it just says Mason across the front of them. I need to try to find like a reference guide to canning jars, because I think I told you guys, or I don't, maybe I got interrupted, but my head's always everywhere, you guys. I picked up these canning jars on Craigslist, and the gal was not in, I guess she was new to canning, and she bought a bunch of jars from an older lady who's retiring from canning, and she was not interested in keeping any of the old jars. She only wanted the new ball jars. And my husband had gone there to pick it up after work for me, you know, he isn't as into canning as I am. I mean, he has helped me can, and he likes to do the meat, but he's not into the knowledge of the jars or anything like that. And I felt bad because really the old jars are what's valuable, and that's the ones she didn't want. She wanted the new ones. So, you know, not knowing, you know, he didn't make her aware of that, and I kind of scored on some really nice older mason jars that you're not able to buy anymore. So, but I need to find a reference guide. If you guys have a reference guide to the canning jars and dating them and seeing if they're, you know, collectible, I mean, honestly, the best way to display them, as somebody pointed out to me, is just to fill them with food anyway, instead of putting them up on a shelf. Put them on a shelf with food in them. So I'm going to use them anyway, but I'm just kind of curious. But I got some really pretty jars, and I really like the squared ones. So anyway, I think they've all popped except this one and this one. So I'm just going to let them sit here and chill out for a little bit. And then I will put them on top of the microwave along with the pear butter that I just did. And I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I think even if I turn on the light, I don't know if you guys can see at all any better. Of course, you know, grape jelly is pretty dark. But it's beautiful, especially under the light. Pretty purple, and oh, that's my dryer, I think, dinging. So yeah, so that's it. Grape jelly, Welch's grape jelly. And you, honestly, for the amount that you pay for a big jar of grape jelly, you've just made yourself 7 jars here for the same amount, if not a little less. I mean, if you can buy the grape jelly on sale, or the pectin on sale. That's the most pricey part, I think, is the pectin. But yeah, I mean, and it tastes so much better. It really does. And it's a good gift. So, alright, I hope you like this. This is kind of like a canning 101 as far as simplicity goes. This is a pretty simple recipe. I'll be back tomorrow with apples, and then the day after we're going to be canning onions. So I think the onions will take me at least 2 days, because I've got to do sweet onion jam, which takes a while. You guys will see that process. And then onion soup. And yeah, getting some canning done today, this week. So exciting. Alright guys, thanks for hanging out with me today in my kitchen. It was nice not being alone and doing this. It was nice talking to you guys, even though I wish it could talk back to me. I should do a canning, like, a live video. I haven't used that feature yet on my YouTube channel, but I know that you can, like, do live chats and stuff. So I don't know, maybe I should do a canning session live. I don't know. What do you think? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Alright guys, I'm going to go give these guys a snack as they're coming through the door from school, and I will talk to you guys later. Alright, bye-bye.